12 coming into tonight. New Zealand's at over 100. It's going to take another big uptick for the Breakers. Jackson Cartwright, not this time. 23, season bench 25 on Saturday against Adelaide. Dellavedova steps into one.
Well, they're now 5 of 25 from the three-point line. Now, that's not exclusively their problem tonight, but it's an area they've been very good at this season. Good help by Xiaomi on the weak side to pinch that one.
Runs the passing lane beautifully. Lopez again with a great defensive play on Lee. Just got a bit too much contact. And it'll be Marcus Lee to go to the line for 2 shots.
Ooh, got a lot of ball.
I love the way Kareem doesn't give up on any plays. With a 34-point lead, if he can block a shot, he's going to go for it.
Hugely impressive again in his 26 minutes this evening. Breakers by 34. Let's check in courtside with Kelsey.
Listen to Dean Vickerman. Melbourne United camp was visibly deflated. Not much chat in there. Gazy, I want to know, is it bad shots? Is it shot percentage? What's happening at the moment? You spoke about the Breakers and what they can do with their backcourt. What do Melbourne United need to do to save some face in this game?
Well, it's all of the above tonight, but I think it really started early on the defensive end. New Zealand got off to a flyer, confidence sky high, and they've just carried it on from there, and it's spilled over to what they've been doing on the defensive end. But I think right now, it's as hard as it is, and that's the game, way too easy. Melbourne United have got to try not to look at the scoreboard. They've got to think of what lies ahead in the coming round. Nice pass by Dellavedova, and just try to play every possession on its own merits. Try to regain some confidence through your execution, getting some stops, and making plays like that.
We only get one loss for this. You're only going to get double losses for losing about 30 if that what the final score turns out to be. But you're right, execution normally isn't the Melbourne United's problem, but New Zealand are posing a completely different look than any other team in the league. The way their offensive structure is. It's just, they've nullified Melbourne United's biggest strength, which I think is their backcourt defense.
Jackson Cartwright out to Mooney for another triple. Why not? Why not for Matt Mooney?
They're trying to extend the defense, and this game is done. I think you just try, to me, just pulling it back. Don't gamble in the backcourt. Just try and pull it back and work on your half-court action. Try and gain some credibility as Chris Golding knocks down the 3 ball.
Main man back in there, Dean Vickerman. See, potentially getting some run tonight. It's 1 point New Zealand lead.
In transition, you got to show Parker Jackson the wall as we look at the Amy replay right here. That's just Parker just pushing the ball. I mean, Matt Mooney, yeah, that's just catch and shoot. All based on Parker just being Parker. But in the half court, I don't know what you're supposed to do. Like the ball screen right here. All right, nice to switch. They switched it, Drew.
Here comes Parker Jackson Cartwright making moves. And Kizovic can't beat the shot clock.
Marcus like, yeah, you didn't get me that time. I don't know if that's something sustainable long term.
What, 6 seconds of the shot clock, then I think you live with it. And ultimately, it caused the turnover when they did that.
13 turnovers tonight. The only blot on the copybook for New Zealand. Shooting 68% from the field. The defense from Anticevic. Cartwright lost the handle and White hammers it down.
And Coach Comp, the good Comp said, let's just chill out for a minute.
Absolutely. So timeout, Tangerine timeout. New Zealand up by 29.
BP, we welcome you.
So breakers by 29, 91 to 62. There's our pump by Reebok influencer seats. A catchment good shot on the left. 3-club AFLW player with Fremantle, Richmond and Hawthorn. And there's Jess King, influential figure within Australia's fashion industry. Her boyfriend Liam, next to her, is the bassist for Client Liaison. Are you familiar with their work?
No, I'm not.
Bit of off-white limousine.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'll Spotify it.
Yep, you have to get onto that. I reckon it'll be right there.
Right in my alley.
Yep. That and NBL now, the Friday edition. There's two homework assignments for you coming out of this one.
I'm wondering.
91-62.
There it is.
Menenga, 3-ball.
It's a problem.
He can pop. And Meninga is a switch guy on those on-ball screens. To me, he's too good.
Been outstanding tonight, Sam Menenga. Rob low, able to finish that time.
He's only shot at 25% on the season, but you know he's capable. Well, Dean Bigman said no. He made the 5-on, 5-off substitution the last time out, and I don't think he's got the desired improvement in the 5 that he put on.
He's not what he was after by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, this is a spifflication like we haven't seen in quite some time. And actually, I think we almost have to go to the records. This would be one of the all-time highest losses, I would imagine, Joel, for Melbourne United.
For Melbourne United, yeah. So their biggest loss against New Zealand certainly is 37. They've been beaten by the Breakers by 37 in a game previously. Right. Melbourne United, but you go back through the history books in terms of their biggest losses. So that 2 by 37, and Dean Vickerman in the standing timeout with his team after a lack of effort on that last set.
So uncharacteristic of a Melbourne United team. They're a little bit shell-shocked. I mean, how often, unless you're Cairns, like I said, over the last few years, Cairns has come in here and opened up a bit of a can, but this is an almighty ass whooping. Ain't no other way to say it. And they don't have any answer for anything that the Breakers are doing right now. So they're just basically just hoping this 6 minutes goes as quickly as possible. No more timeouts.
37 on a couple of occasions. It's a perplexing situation. Melbourne United find themselves in now. The Breakers handed out one of those defeats in February of 2016. Crocs handed out the other to Melbourne United, their franchise record defeat of 37 points. It's currently 32. It's been over 30 for a good while now.
Interesting that we saw the standing time out at this level when the game is this far gone, but he's constantly coaching Dean Vickerman. He's not going to be happy with that. A simple flex cut, no help coming from the screener, and an easy 2.
Drury, they're still shooting 70%. The game's nearly over as Steve Cameron adds to his tally. They shot 70% at half, 70% for the third. They might finish the game 70%, Drury.
Yeah, I'm still not confident. There'll be some substitutions. Some of these young fellas will start throwing them up. And just really blow the stats out.
98-67.
After what they just did to Adelaide a couple of nights ago, to come down here and do this, the league is on notice.
Yeah. This is no flash in the pan. What's the Breakers team?
And it's been done, and it's been forced upon them with some of the injuries. I felt like that they were still trying to figure out some of their rotations on how they'd be using their players. And with a couple of them gone, they're going to have to be patient to get back in.
Lopez underneath coming. So how do they manage that when they get King, when they get McCarron, when they get these guys back?
They got to sit, I'm sorry.
Well, patience. They're going to have to be patient and understand that there's the team's on a roll. There's really good connections between the group. And they've got to understand that they'll be incorporated over a longer period of time than perhaps what they normally would have. But Even above and beyond that, like we've been talking about too, is are they still willing to make some even further changes?
They wouldn't want to. And I'll tell you what, though, with the level of talent each team has, it's turning almost like it to the NBA. What I mean by that is sometimes the player could go a week without playing, and then all of a sudden the coach goes, get out there. Whereas here, everybody assumes that they should just play every game. You know what? You got to get used to it because we got only 10 teams in this league, and everybody's legitimately 10 deep as friends. Might as well work on this shooting game. You know what I mean, though, Drew?
Yeah,
Everybody can't play every single game.
They've got so many options, New Zealand's. It's going to go back to Melbourne United. Sam Meninga doesn't like the call.
They're going to challenge him.
Very confident. Wants to take it over and have a look at it.
Twirly Bird with a 30-point lead with 4.5 to go.
All right. Shot in the dark. Chance your arm.
I think he's aware that there's percentages on the line and an opportunity to get right amongst it with the all-time field goal percentage stats.
It's a 40-minute error. 76% is the overall NBL record. If you take a look at the coach's challenge play.
He's going to lose.
That's success.
No,
That's off.
no, I think there was a late tip, wasn't there, by Meninga? What? Hits.
I'm going to have to sort you two out there. You dissenting views on either side of the argument.
Get to one of these red
Look. There it is. Unsuccessful, my friend. 100. Smile emoji. Thumbs up.
Mean face emoji.
There you go. Unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful at the coach's challenge. It's about the only thing that's been unsuccessful for the Breakers so far tonight. They have really underlined what is a growing candidacy as a title contender.
Drury, there's 4 starters on the floor with a 30-point lead with 4.5 to go.
I like it. I like it. They're wanting to make a statement. They're wanting to play it out and make sure that they send a message to a team that most people consider as the favourite right now.
Absolutely. Let's check in with Kels.
You're right, that's exactly what Coach Confidence said. He said, we still want to get out of this what we need to in our 4 minutes, get through our sets, make sure we take care of the ball. And for me, I'm happy that Flynn Hammond's hit some threes with my Supercoach team.
There'd be a few that have PJC as captain that'd be pretty pleased with how he's going. Well, Sam Meninga as well. Career high 22 for Sam Meninga. Lopez outside. Good.
It's like Kareem's playing with a Nerf ball.
It's a little flat, that stroke. I think the technique's sound, but perhaps a little bit more arc.
Another reinforcement's getting set to check in the Dean Vickerman United. Sam Meninga with 2 more for a new career high and a chance to go to the line to make it 25.
Just a simple hit the roller. I mean, it's hard showing a pick and roll, reverse the ball, dump it inside. And when a 6'4" guy rotates over to a 6'10" guy, it's not often successful.
24 and 4 for Sam Meninga. Kareem Lopez has got another double-double, 17 and 10. So the youngest player to ever have a double-double in the NBL has got a second after 17 and 7 in the intervening game. He is on a tear.
And what about the growth of Meninga? 7 points a game last season, or thereabouts, with the Cairns Taipans. Takes his skills after the season over, plays in Greece for a handful of games. And boy, has he really fitted in well in this system here with the Breakers.
First signing of the off-season, made him a priority. Man from Auckland. Krebs goes baseline, Cameron for 3. That won't go. North out there now. Tyler Isaac, who was named in the Tall Black squad as well today. So 3 of those players, 2 of them out there at the court at the moment in Cameron and Isaac. And Inga and Darling, the other two breakers in that tallback squad name today. Bowen pushes the tempo. Cameron Jackson, other one, and one.
When Cameron is single-handedly making this United three-point percentage respectable, brings up his fourth triple.
I don't think if you're still just a touch, well, 26%, I don't think we put that in the respectable category just yet, but it's charting if he keeps going, because he's been good, 4 of 7 from the three-point line for Flynn Cameron, 5 of 8 overall with his 16 points.
If you told anybody what that free throw ritual is he does, with that goes just straight his left arm out, just get the blood flowing downwards, I guess.
Isaac Bairstow. Tano McNaught, Bolden out there. Bolden tries his luck for 3. Another one goes down for the Breakers. 10 of 17 on the game, shooting 68%, on track for the second best shooting game as a team in 40-minute era basketball.
Against what I've been calling the best defensive team in the competition.
The numbers have been agreeing.
And even though Jonah Bolden only has the 5 points, he doesn't have to score on this team. He just has to be ready to score. That was his 10th rebound, 2 assists, playing good defense. This is a very, very balanced, polished team we're seeing right now. Again, it's early days. Actually, they're not that early, though. 28-game season.
Alan Davison checks into the game for New Zealand. 2 minutes remaining. 32-point lead. Isaac from outside makes it 35.
Great respect for Isaac. That's not easy to do. Sitting down for 36 minutes. And then called on. And straight away splashes the 3.
This is what Notre Dame. I mean, he has most of his deep bench on as well, but when opposition's deep bench comes on and McGraw gets his pocket pitch, when the bench come on and they start scoring just as easy as the starters, it's hard to swallow.
111 now for New Zealand, a new season high, and the margin is equal to their greatest win against Melbourne United here, and equal to Melbourne United's biggest loss in franchise history. Another turnover for the home team.
Yes, I was not expecting that. I like the prospects of coming in this one for the New Zealand Breakers based on what we saw the other night against the Adelaide 36ers. But no one in their right mind would have predicted this.
All I need now is the Davison alley-oop play, because he is bouncing.
North goes in again.
He's bouncing!
Davison, who delivers. He drills it.
I saw him in the warm-up, Drew. Reminded me of a young Casey Frank.
39 points the margin. Cameron cashes in another.
You know how bouncy you got to be to sit for 38 and a half minutes?
That's harder than sitting on the bench and knocking down a 3.
When Cameron's got 20 at the other end, 5 3 balls.
So I'm told.
Anderson's in there again, creating some havoc.
Uh-oh.
When Cameron with a new career high, that one's going back in navy blue.
This is the dump.
No dribble.
Amy replay, and we've plenty to spare. That is elbows on the rim type hops.
Clearly learned a bit from Slam and Sam McKinnon at Taranaki in the NZ NBL.
We need the All-Star game back with the dunk contest, Drew.
Yeah.
36 points is the margin. Melbourne United franchise record loss is 37. Alex McNaught surveying things. Alan Davison guarded by Cameron. McNaught for 3. Not this time. Cameron's been red hot. Krebs at the other end, lays it in. But it's back-to-back statement victories for New Zealand, who take on the toughest test in the league in 6 years, and it comes by 34 points, the equal highest score of any team this season, in another offensive display from what might be our new championship contender.
Well, it was a smackdown, and the Foot Locker player of the game is on your screen, and just the efficiency, inside, outside, 10 of 12 from the field, 25 points. In fairness, there could have been a number of Breakers players that would have been worthy Foot Locker player of the games, but it was a great performance by Menenga. PJC, he's got plenty of the Foot Locker shoes, so he doesn't need them. And Menenga, well done.
A new career high for Sam Menenga with 25. Jackson Cartwright has 23 after a season best 25 on Saturday. And Pettery Competent has got this New Zealand Breakers team humming like few expected, on-demand and overwhelming tonight against Melbourne United. 113 to 79.
I mean, what's not to like? What is not to like? Well drilled, came down here with a game plan, stuck to it, just went to work.
Absolutely, they did. Their leader, Parker Jackson Cartwright's with Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, he is their leader. Unbelievable game from you again, PJC. 113 points, equal highest score of the team this season against the best defensive team in the league. How does that one feel?
It was great. I mean, you know, we pride ourselves on playing really hard on each end, defense to offense. You know, this is a great team win for us, and we feel good about it.
I want to talk about Sam Menenga, 10 from 12 from the field, equal career high for him. He was so impressive out there for you guys today.
He's one of our leaders. You know, he's always vocal. He's got that real dog in him. Like, he shows up every night, and he's glad he's on our side, for real.
Karim Lopez, his 17-year-old, another double-double for him tonight. How has his improvement been, and what is he adding to your group at the moment?
Just energy. I mean, he's so hungry. He works. He's going up in front of our eyes. I mean, you would think he's been around for a while. And, yeah, proud of him, really.
I want to know from the best player in the league, you're currently leading the MVP stakes, but has that put the rest of the league on notice? Is that a win for New Zealand that has put the rest of the league on notice that you guys are championship contenders?
Yeah, I mean, they picked us last. You know, they didn't believe in us. So this group was really hungry. You know, we show up every day, no matter who we're playing. We practice, we trust this process, and we love to compete.
All the best for the rest of the season. Incredible game from you.
Thank you.
Kelsey Brown with Parker Jackson Cartwright. That man is leading them superbly at the moment. He led them tonight to a massive victory, 34 points over Melbourne United. We'll break it all down on the other side of this. Zealand Breakers. 113 to 79. They get it done over Melbourne United. Their equal fifth biggest win in franchise history. Right up there as far as Melbourne United go in terms of losses. It was all delight for Parker Jackson-Cartwright and his team this evening. Winners by 34 points to improve to 6-2. The numbers, they are staggering as far as the Breakers go.
Yeah, 66% from the field and a white hot 58%. 11 of 19 from the three-point line. They got to the free throw line, which is an area that hasn't always been kind to them. 20 of 25. So across the board, they had 22 assists. And all in all, it was just a commanding performance by New Zealand. And they got contributions from so many different players. And the thing that stuck out to me was how inept the Melbourne United offense looked and how impressive New Zealand were and how they were taking away some of the preferred options for Melbourne United.
And you look at the ladder, so the Mitsubishi Motors ladder that we see there, New Zealand are on top of the table. Melbourne United slide down to third, but the Breakers just continue to be so impressive.
To be fair, the league asked us to make our way too early predictions, and I always say they're too early to make these, and I had them ninth. But it's clear right now by this ladder, the way they're playing basketball right now, they are a legitimate title contender. It cannot be disputed. They win on the road, they win at home. For mine, they top three, and we'll see how it pans out for the rest of the season, but they're going to be tough to beat.
They look like the real deal, especially over there at Spark Arena. They're going to be awfully tough to beat, but now they're showing they can do it on the road as well. They stay on the road the next 2 weeks, so they've got a tough little road trip in round 8 coming up. So Melbourne United kick things off against Brisbane on Thursday. That's the first game before the Wildcats and the Jack Jumpers. The Breakers are back in action. They go to Tassie on Saturday, which historically has been a really tough task. They are scoring the ball at will. Tassie, fair to say, are not. That will be an interesting clash to see how that plays out.
That certainly would. 60 points anytime you've had a performance like that, and it's unfortunately for them not a single outing like that. They've had struggled to score, the Jack Jumpers, the entire season, and the Wildcats coming off a beat down themselves to see how they bounce back. But gee, we've got a lot of very important games coming up.
In a word, are they legit, New Zealand? Have you got them in the mix?
Yes.
Highly legit.
Highly legit.
2 words.
So that is
legit.
what a dream start. We're talking words, not syllables here, by the way.
No, it's 2 though. It's still 2 words.
What a dream start for this New Zealand team to the start of the season. 6-2 they are, and they absolutely disemboweled Melbourne United this evening. 113 to 79. Any resistance was fugacious from Melbourne United. A big win from the Breakers. We're back with you on Thursday when round 8 begins.